Hey there, I'm Jaydealeah, a 20-year-old spoken word poet, soon to be entrepreneur and a full-time child of God. For all my life, I thought that great things only happen to special people. But recently, God has shown me that His grace and favor can take you to places that would exceed your wildest dreams if you would only put your faith in Him. One of such things is this trip, an all-expense-paid week in St. Kitts and Nevis to do poetry for a regional conference. Crazy, I know. So, I invite you guys to sit back, relax, and join me on this week of friendship, fun, and God's unlimited favor. Let's do it.
Jaydealeah Chambers, that's passenger Jaydealeah Chambers.
Okay guys, guess what I just saw?
Let me fix up with my queen right here.
Okay, so it's time to tell you guys what this thing is all about, right? So I am heading to St. Kitts as a part of the ECCB's Growth and Resilience Development Conference as a spoken word poet. I'm sorry, it's just crazy to see what God is doing with this gift that He's given me, and I feel so incredibly humbled, right? But I'm gonna take you guys along this journey because I just think that it'll be really fun to capture everything, and I'm praying that it will be edifying to you guys. So we have a few goals going into this trip. Number one, share the gospel. Because if God is taking me out into all the world, trust and believe I had to preach the gospel, right? So I'm just thinking whether it's through my actions, the way that I live, but somehow persons must identify that I'm a Christian, and then I must be able to share that faith with someone in the hopes that they would themselves give their life to Christ. So that's goal number one. Goal number two, I want to make a friend, or at least an acquaintance, from every ECCU Caribbean country, right? So let me see if I can get all of them. So that includes what's all the ECCU countries? I'm gonna pop them up there because I can't remember them, right? And goal number three, I have had a lifelong dream and I think it can be fulfilled on this trip. It's going to be my first time staying in a hotel for such a long period of time, and I've always had this dream to be in a hotel room with a comfy robe on and order room service. I know it sounds stupid, but it's something I always wanted to do, and it's something that I've been praying for years, okay? And I think this might be the answer to that dream. You know, some people might ask me, Jaydealeah, are you ready for St. Kitts? I think the better question should be, is St. Kitts ready for me? So I'm currently on the plane now. We're about to go to Antigua and then to St. Kitts. It's gonna be a pretty long flight, so I got a book to read, and I'll see you guys when I land in St. Kitts. Okay. So guys, we are currently in Antigua, layover, about 2 hours or so. I don't have a problem with that because I like airports. So I'm gonna run about the place, get something to eat, explore, talk to some people, see where the Lord leads. All right, come with me. Now, I didn't realize how difficult it was going to be to get food on a case of airport food is so expensive. Not to mention, I spent the entire day lugging around a huge bag that gave me major back pain. But I did end up getting some food. $50 chicken and chips. And just like that, I am on the flight. That airport stop was a fever dream. Like, you telling me I spent $60 on food, but we thank God that I got food. I got my phone charged. Now we are about to go to St. Kitts, so yeah, I'm tired. One nap later, and we landed in the beautiful country of St. Kitts and Nevis. Well, actually just St. Kitts, but anyways, I got picked up at the airport, got to do a bit of sightseeing, and then we arrived at the hotel, which was the Marriott's Hotel. Can y'all tell that I was excited? No? Okay. All right. Upon entry, I was greeted with a hand towel, and then I was able to check in and get my room number. Now, I don't know how they expected me to know where the room was, so I was just walking around asking people at this point, but ignore that. Look at how beautiful this hotel was. Eventually, I did find my room, and I was excited, to say the least. Tell me that you've never used a keycard without telling me you've never used a keycard. No, honestly, why was this so difficult to figure out? Oh my goodness. But by the grace of God, I did eventually get it open and got into my room. Well, you know what time it is. Room tour time. So in our hotel room, we have not one, not two, but 3 mirrors. We have a grand bed, a little face basin, our bathroom, right? Equipped with a bathtub, shower head. We have our couch, flat screen TV, sofa bed thing. We got our lamp. We got our phone to call for room service. We're gonna need that for the challenge later. Sorry, professional, right? We also had a mini fridge, some storage, a tea/coffee section, a closet to store any clothes, as well as an iron and blow dryer, a painting which I didn't really understand, and the cutest little veranda that gave me a view of the neighboring hotel rooms. Where am I? Oh, I'm just at the Marriott's Hotel in St. Kitts. No big deal. Them man really said, just in case you the boat, we cater for everybody. Nope. Jesus. I don't know about you guys, but I feel blessed. What we're gonna do now? So I basically spent the next 15 minutes running around, enjoying myself, thanking God, and exhausting myself. Yeah, after that I needed a bit of a timeout. I had some food, spent some time with God, called some friends, and then got ready for bed. So we are coming to the end of day 1. And y'all, today was amazing. Like, I literally can't believe that I'm here right now. So far, we have not done any of the things that I set out to accomplish as yet. I have not shared the gospel with anyone directly. I have not made a friend. I still haven't gotten room service. However, I do now know that they can do room service. I haven't seen any robes around, but tomorrow, God's willing, I'm gonna ask and see if I can get a robe so that we can check off that off the list, right? Tomorrow, we got a busy day ahead of us. I gotta get to bed early so that I could wake up early so I could experience everything that the Lord would have me to experience. I'm gonna catch y'all in the morning. Have a good night. Good morning. A blessed good morning to you folks. Yes, so it is day 2. I'm in St. Kitts. The world is my oyster. I am its pearl. Right, so today we got a pretty fun day planned ahead. I'm about to get myself organized and have breakfast in a few minutes. It's gonna be so fun, so I'm gonna take you guys with me. And then later on today, I have a dry run for the conference, which begins tomorrow. So until then, I'm gonna see how much of this hotel I can enjoy and explore. And you guys are coming along for the ride. Okay? So I'm gonna do a little cool transition of me and my cutesy outfit or whatever. So let's do it. Did it work? No? Okay, bye. Psych. So this is today's fit of the day. So now it's after breakfast and let's take a tour around the hotel. Alright guys, let's go.
This is so
So as a part of the package for the conference, we were given free breakfast every morning and it was buffet style. So we had our bread section complete with different sweet treats, which I really loved. We had our cereal section. There was the cold food section like salads and yogurt. We had our omelette section. There was a pancake and waffle section with a bunch of different toppings. And we had our meat section, which I did not even know people eat that much for breakfast. And I took full advantage of the options. You know, guys, sometimes I ask myself the question, how do I deserve this? And then I remember, I don't deserve this, but that's how grace works. God always seems to lavish on us more than we ever deserve. And I just can't believe that I'm here right now. I am so grateful to be here right now. And anyways, enough of that. I'm going to enjoy this breakfast because this is good. All right. After that 10 out of 10 breakfast, I decided to continue walk around the hotel and just check out how amazing everything was. This gentleman right here is Sebastian. He is a security officer at the Marriott's Hotel, and he told me a little bit about his life, like the time he got lost in Trinidad for over 12 hours and police had to bring him home. But then he also told me that there was this really cool lookout at the top of the building where you can see the entire of Marriott's Hotel. In that moment, I had my mission. Collect as many friends as possible and go to the top of the hotel and have the best night ever. After saying goodbye to Sebastian, I came across something interesting. So you guys may not know this about me, but I used to be quite the baller back in the day. Depends on who you ask. Okay guys, I'm about to shoot some basketballs. Your job? You gotta guess how much I'm gonna get. I think I'm gonna get 9 out of 10. Cause face it, I'm just that cool. Sorry. Okay. Let's just say my basketball skills are a little bit rusty. But then another hotel employee named Karis joined me and let's just say he wasn't getting much luck either, so it wasn't just me, okay? But then this happened. I'm gonna do Karis shot and I'm gonna get it. Let's pretend that didn't happen. At this point, I knew I just had to give up. So far in my trip, I had been happy and excited at everything that was going on. However, there was still something missing. I didn't have a friend to share it with. And this made me sad because I was really looking forward to it, and I even brought a special St. Vincent pin so that I can give to the nearest and dearest friend that I would have made over the trip. However, things were starting to look a bit impossible. Wait, guys, is that what I think it is? It's a friend! This is Rose. She is the spoken word poet from Grenada. She is also a dancer, actor, educator, and a fellow sister in Christ. We actually met earlier that day by coincidence at the rehearsals for our poetry pieces for the conference. After chatting for a bit, we decided to get some lunch and the rest is ancient history. So you know what that means. Friendship montage.
check out these skills.
Hey guys, so we're coming to the end of day two. It's currently like minutes to 12. It's late and I gotta get up early, but don't study that. Right. So today was a really, really good day. Like God answered my prayers in so many ways. Like this morning and last night, I was asking God and specifically praying to God for a female Christian friend who I can just, spend time with and enjoy all of this with. And then I met Rose today, which was really, really an answered prayer. And I don't take that for granted at all. But if I could be honest with you guys for a second, one thing that really troubled my heart this evening was the fact that I feel like I wasn't doing enough. You know, like as I said earlier in the video, God sent me into all the world to preach the gospel, and you know, I need to do it. But this season has looked a bit different than what I'm used to. This time around, it isn't direct evangelism. It isn't going into schools and sharing the gospel. It's different. And there's so many different forms of evangelism, but because I'm not doing direct, it makes me feel like I'm not accomplishing what God wants me to accomplish and that I'm wasting time. But a friend comforted me this evening by just reminding me that God sees the bigger picture, and if we really truly acknowledge Him in all of our ways, then we really can't go wrong, because maybe He is working something behind the scenes in the everyday things that I'm doing, in the way that I'm treating people, conversating with people. Maybe I'm laying building blocks now that would encourage persons to give their lives to Christ later on in life or whatever the Lord decides to do. But I just got to make sure that I'm faithfully and diligently seeking Him to partner with His will. It may not be big, it may not be anything crazy, but if it's God's will, then it will be effective. So, yeah, I'm just really grateful for today. And yeah, I got to get up early tomorrow morning. Tomorrow's the first day of the conference. So, time for a cool transition. Let me try this.
6 hours later.
Good morning. Hi, good morning. So I'm gonna head to do my devotion now and take a shower, and I'm gonna see you guys at breakfast. It was now officially day 3 of my trip to St. Kitts, and I wasn't making that much progress on the objectives and goals that I was supposed to fulfill. I hadn't shared the gospel as yet. I only made one friend from one ECCU country, and my dream of ordering room service in a robe was looking a bit impossible, considering the fact that I could not find a single robe in my entire room. But a few small setbacks couldn't stop me. It was a new day, we had an amazing breakfast, and a place filled with amazing possibilities. So we got changed, headed onto the bus, and got to the location for the first day of the ECCB conference. I must say that the conference itself was really interesting, especially as someone who's done economics before. It was really cool to see everything that I've learned at play, and the morning session went by really quickly, and it was time for a little break. Also, since Rose and I met, we were determined to find the other poets, because there was supposed to be 5 of us from the different ECCU nations who would be doing a showcase/performance on the last day of the conference. And let's just say these poets were not easy to find.
We're hunting for the poets. The plan is this. Everyone here is wearing yellow, the yellow days, except for the poets. So when we see people with blue, they're probably poets. So let's see if we can find them today.
We did not end up finding the poets at lunch, but we did get to network with this amazing group of people, which is another thing I loved about this conference. We then spent the next 15 minutes trying to guess the nationality of this young man named Ethan.
My name is Ethan. I like sports, working out at the gym. I like running, and I like geopolitics and business.
I don't know how we were supposed to guess his nationality from that, but I'll let you guys guess. So you can leave a comment down below what nationality you think Ethan is, and then I'll let you guys know later on in the video if you are right. In other news, we found our first poet. This is Miss Kishma Isaac. She is a spoken word poet from St. Kitts and Nevis. She is also a published author, a teacher, a Christian, and a mother of 3 boys. Crazy, I know.
These young people go with that. She didn't even ask. Do you want to be my brother? You are going to be my
Yeah, big up Mr. G for signing my book and being in my vlog. But back at the hotel, I had only one mission.
Hi, excuse me. I'm wondering if rooms come with rooms.
Coming. Oh, thank you very much.
You're very much welcome.
Guys, we got the robe. With the robe finally in my possession, things were looking up. Next step, get ready for the cocktail reception at 7 p.m. Now, I was feeling a bit tired from staying up so late those past couple nights, but the moment I saw food, y'all, I became a different person.
How you feeling? You ready?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Everything here is amazing. You don't see that often.
And don't even get me started on that shrimp pasta, y'all. Then the shenanigans
We got
started.
Rose versus Ethan. Let's see who's gonna win.
1, 2, 3.
Go Rose, go Rose, go, go. I feel like
No.
go.
Yes! Yes!
No, hold on.
He represents me. So basically,
I'm not
I won.
anchored properly. You're doing something.
I gotta be safe.
What he's doing, he's winning. That's what he's doing. He's winning.
Go.
Go.
Who you saying go to, girl?
Yeah, Kira, I don't know what this is called either. But the party didn't stop there. Back at the hotel, Ethan and Kirani still wanted to prove their strength in push-ups this time.
Right now, they are neck in neck. They both seem to be struggling a bit.
You got it.
Oh, John.
Bro, tell you, bro, I do push-ups.
I did 7.
But then I stumbled along arguably one of the best parts of this hotel, a giant chessboard. Ethan challenged me to a game, and what was supposed to be a quick match turned into an hour-long feud. So it is currently 12:06 a.m. It's midnight, and the reason I'm coming in so late is because of Ethan. Mr. Man had made it for a whole hour, and guess who won? It wasn't me. Okay, so I'm gonna get ready for bed, and I'm gonna see y'all in a bit. Now hold on, wait a minute. Before we switch to the transition of the new day, I think we are due for an update on that checklist, huh? So that night, I had spoken to Ethan a bit about the Christian faith, which he was already knowledgeable of, but it still was an opportunity for me to share the gospel in a kind of way, so we're getting along that process. Secondly, let's check how many friends we've already made from the different ECCU countries. So far, I've met Rose from Grenada, Kishma from St. Kitts, Kira is from Montserrat, and both Ethan and Kirani are from, drumroll please, Anguilla. So did you get it right? No, neither did I. As for my dream of ordering room service in a comfy robe, we are getting there. The robe is acquired, now for the room service part. Anyways, back to the video. Good morning, Independence Back. It is currently 6:15 a.m. and I'm having some tea. I don't know if you could tell, but I'm still really tired. I really hope I don't sleep in the conference today. Thank you so much, Ethan, for keeping me up playing chess when I should have been sleeping. But anyways, we got an exciting day ahead. Today we are going to Nevis. Yeah, so I'm thinking it's going to be a fun exciting day. I'm hoping that I could get to meet the rest of the poets today, and I'm hoping that maybe I could finally check off that thing off my list to meet a person from every ECCU country. We've gotten a lot so far. Let's see how much we could get covered today. But before we do that, I gotta go do my devotion. Jesus in everything. I'm gonna do a quick outfit change. Let's see how it looks. Yeah. Feeling business good today. Alright, breakfast time. Bye.
Good morning. If Nice. Thank you so much. You have a blessed day. Yep, you guessed it. These are the last two poets. Meet Yakima from Dominica and Shine from St. Lucia. Finally, all the 5 poets were together. The rest of the conference went along smoothly, and then came the section where my friends, youth ambassadors, would be sitting and having a conversation, talking about how the youth can take part in the big push. Rose and I were cracking up the entire time because these people shape-shifted into literal scholars in like 3 minutes. What? But I felt so proud of them. Literal world changes in the making. So the audio for this part wasn't the best, so I'll let you guys know what's going on. So remember, the challenge was to make a friend from every ECCU country, and St. Vincent would be included in that. So meet Mr. Oliver. He is a born and raised Vincentian, actually not too far from where I live, but now he resides in England. He is a CEO, an AI specialist, and he was a speaker at the conference, so felt a bit proud to be Vincy today. That afternoon was our excursion to Nevis, and let me tell y'all, Rose being able to go was a huge testimony. So we were supposed to register beforehand if we were interested in taking the excursion, which she did, but some mix-up happened and her name didn't end up being on the list, and now the list was completely full. So what did we do? We prayed, and God came through. He is a God who answers prayers, so blessed be the name of the Lord. So they are impressed with this. So I'm telling them that they should come to St. Vincent. It was also at this lunch and trip at Nevis that I was able to share the gospel in a different way. So as we sat down and ate, a few persons were asking me about my life, and then I was able to tell them that I'm in full-time ministry, and I just spoke so much about the faithfulness of God, and I really believe that it encouraged some persons there. So folks, I think we got one item off the list.
No one else can feel it for you. Only you can let it in. No one else can speak the words on your lips. Trench yourself with words unspoken. Give your life with arms wide open. Today is where your book begins.
Anyone who would like to book Rose and Ethan for a concert, hit me up. I'm their manager. Okay? The rest of the tour around Nevis was really fun. We got to experience a bit of the island's history. We got to see the beauty of the island. It was absolutely gorgeous. Then we went to this place, I can't remember its name, but it basically made artwork out of pure textile. So everything you see there is just cloth. And I wasn't prepared for what happened next. So depends on where you're watching from and where you've been, you might think I'm overreacting a bit. But let me tell y'all, St. Vincent doesn't have any monkeys at all, so seeing this was so exciting because I always wanted to see one in person. Sadly, I couldn't get any closer to the monkey. But then we left Nevis, went back to the hotel, where we all met up and sat around this really cool bonfire. And that night, we had some talks. We talked about a lot, our lives, our views, and if I'm being honest, it's one of those conversations that humbled me, allowed me to see things in a different perspective, and that God just used to show me and to teach me a lot. Hey guys, what's up?
So it is little after midnight. I know I probably should have learned my lesson from last night and make sure to go to bed early, but I didn't do that. But we're coming to the end of Thursday, and just to give an overview of today, I think today was one of those learning days for me. Like, I had a lot of fun, but I made a lot of mistakes, especially when it comes to interacting with other people. I feel as if at some point today, God was like, okay, stop talking and listen because I'm here to show you something. And so often when we go and we decide, oh yeah, we're going to go out into the world and preach the gospel and I'm going to be a light for Jesus and all of that type of stuff, we often forget that we aren't just there to talk and to just say what we got to say, but we're also there to receive. Because in everything, God is trying to walk something within us and trying to teach us something. And I felt like I learned a lot today about how to evangelize, how to relate to people better, how to understand people better, and how to give grace to people much more, especially when it comes to sharing the gospel or sharing where I am with my faith. And I'm so grateful to that God allowed me to be surrounded with these people so that we can talk and just have discussions about all this type of stuff and understand the reality of being on the other side of evangelism. Today was a good lesson for that. But I'm ready for tomorrow. I already got my outfit ready. So let's see how it's going to go. I'm very curious, excited to see what the Lord is going to do, excited to see the other pieces for the other poets, because everyone has such different personalities. I can't wait to see how that translates to poetry. So I believe that it's going to be exciting. So I'm going to head to bed and see you guys in the morning. God bless. It was now Friday, the last day of the conference and finally the day for the spoken word poems. Having experienced so much and made so many new friends, I was already fully content with this trip and I was really looking forward to hitting the stage with my fellow poets. Speaking of my fellow poets, we were in full practice mode. I'm telling you, when you see us randomly talking to ourselves by the side, just know that we're practicing, okay? We're not crazy. Promise. While I was out there completing my challenges, the conference was going great and soon it was time for the poets. Gonna be going on in the next couple minutes. I'm already mic'd up. I'm already dressed and everything. I'll just the Lord.
That's a very good question. I think
I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. The pressure was coming down. I was so nervous. But we pushed through it and everybody's performance went absolutely amazing. Like, these folks are so talented. I definitely recommend you guys going to check out the full video. But you may notice that there are 5 poets and only 4 performances. That's because Shine wasn't feeling well for the entire week and she wasn't able to do her spoken word poem, which was disappointing for her and for the rest of us. They also ended the conference with a bang and some models took to the stage in these beautiful dresses. Afterwards, I grabbed me a copy of Kishma's original book, Okay, and we headed to Kitishan Hill for a 5-star lunch.
That is so pretty. Oh my goodness.
Kitishan Hill was like a dream. It was so fancy and I actually really liked the food. This Bible enthusiast is Joshua from Grenada. And we spent a good amount of time discussing our different biblical perspectives. Back at the hotel, we decided that it was time for a little bit of pool action. But then Karani got all sentimental on us. But to be fair, it was our last night and we really would miss each other. But if you remember earlier in the video, I mentioned this lookout point that I wanted to gather as many friends as possible and go to the top. And guys, it was time for that dream to come to fulfillment.
We need a reveal, guys. Oh my gosh!
Guys, that view was so amazing and the video doesn't even do it justice.
GRD 2026!
But then we had to rush to the final event of the entire conference, which was a Friday night beach line. But first, we have some important business to attend to. Okay, so as you guys would know, but Rose did not know, at the beginning of the video, I said, at the end of this trip, I am going to give this to my closest friend on the trip, the person who stuck by me the most. And as you would have obviously seen throughout the video, that person was Rose. So I just want to say, girl, you are godsend. You know that you are godsend.
Thank you.
I appreciate you so much. And this trip would not have been what it was without you.
Awesome.
Cute, I know. But then we went to the beach line and it kind of went like this. So I spent 3% of the time eating, 2% dancing, and the rest 95% yapping about the Bible with Joshua. Not gonna lie, it was a pretty good final night, but I guess a part of us did not want the fun to end. It was like 1 a.m. and we were playing the piano and dancing in the lobby. Let's just say the other guests weren't too happy about that. Hey guys. We are coming to the end of the video. It is currently around 2:30 a.m. on Saturday, and first of all, I'm tired. I'm really tired. So we got good news and bad news. The bad news is that because it is 2 a.m. and because I'll be heading off to the airport first thing in the morning, I won't have the time to order room service. And so unfortunately, that item on our checklist will not be completed on this trip. However, the bright side of this is that it gives me hope that this dream will be accomplished. And so I believe that soon and very soon I'll have the opportunity to be in another hotel where I'm able to order room service, and then I could finally complete my lifelong dream. The good news, this was one of the best trips ever. Like, I met so many amazing people. I experienced so many amazing things. It was just awesome. And even today, the competition today, it went really well, and I won the competition. I won the poetry competition, which is crazy because everybody's piece was so unique and so beautiful, and people in the audience were like, oh, like when it was time to come to announce the winners, people are like, how are they gonna choose a winner, because it was that difficult. And it really, I felt so privileged to be able to be there and witness all that was going on. And I feel privileged to be here even now. And so though I do not have the room service that I really wanted, I just really can't complain. How could I possibly complain when the Lord has been good and faithful? And as I said and will continuously say, He is the rewarder of those who diligently seek Him. So I'm about to head to bed now. I'm barely gonna get any sleep. I'm probably gonna sleep on the plane because my flight leaves at 8:35. I gotta leave the hotel at 6:15. So yeah, we're gonna see how that goes. So I'll see you guys in the morning. Oh wait. Can you see my shoes? Take a look. They're nice. Anyways, I'll see you guys in the morning. Today I'm leaving. I'm already dressed, I'm already equipped, bags already packed, and it's hard to say goodbye to this hotel room, but I've made a lot of good memories here and a lot of good friends. For example, Ross. Alright, so say bye to the vlog. Bye. Bye. See you guys at the airport. As I said goodbye to my hotel room, I began reflecting on the past week that I had just experienced. From complaining about food prices in an Antiguan airport to meeting some incredible people and just flourishing in God's unlimited favor. I cannot stress enough how faithful God had been over the course of this trip, despite how undeserving I was. Going into this trip, you guys know I had my goals. Not only was I able to share my faith with others, But God taught me to listen and learn how to effectively evangelize to people from different contexts. I was able to not only meet people from every ECCU Caribbean nation, but form unexpected friendships that challenged me in so many ways. Being around such talented and ambitious people really gave me the push to be bold and step out into the things that God had called me to do back home in St. Vincent. And although I didn't get to fulfill my dream of ordering room service in a comfy robe, I got something better, a hopeful expectation for the future and an assurance that this is only the beginning. So thank you guys so much for coming on this journey with me, and I pray that you would have been encouraged in one way or the other. And remember, God is able to do anything with someone who is willing to trust Him enough to take Him at His word. All right, until next time, guys. Bye.